Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome, but if you keep coming back, you're much appreciated. My name is Onwa Diuto and I am a teens coach. This is the first video on our new series, the school series. Let's get right into the video. In this video, we're going to be looking at the topic, when should they go to secondary school? At what age? Does age really matter? So before we proceed, Happy New Year. I don't know if I actually wished us Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year, and then it's a new month. So Happy New Month also. How has it been crushing those goals of yours that you set beginning of the year or end of last year? If you haven't set your goals, just click on the video that's going to pop up now. There is still time for you to set your goals and achieve those goals. But if you've set those goals and you've not been able to achieve anything you set for yourself to achieve yet, just re-strategize and try to follow your new strategy to achieving your goals. So let's get right into our video. So I want to start by giving a little bit of explanation of our schooling system here in Nigeria, Africa. Some of the things I might be saying has to do with an ideal situation in Nigeria. It applies to some other countries in Africa, but then there are still some basic things that you can pick no matter where you are located in the world. We first of all have the primary school. Of course, there's the nursery, there's the kindergarten and all that. But then we have the primary school, which in some schools they call it grade. So you either hear somebody say I'm in grade 3, which is the same thing as primary 3, which is the same thing as year 3. So we have year 1 to year 6, primary 1 to primary 6, whatever the case might be. Then after the primary school, we write certain entrance examinations and we get into the secondary school or the high school, depends on what you call it in your location. Now the secondary school system, some schools continue, you remember the primary school ends at year 6, so some schools continue with year 7 all the way to year 12. The basic system that we have most times, or that we older ones are used to, are the JS1 to JS3, which is the junior secondary 1 to junior secondary 3. You write another exam, then you move to the senior secondary 1 and then the senior secondary 3. That is also for 6 years. Then right after that, you write certain entrance examinations again, which takes you into the university. But now our major focus is going to be starting from the high school. So how to get into the high school, what to expect in high school, and then what happens after high school. So that is what this series is all about. So now we are asking, does age matter? At what class, at what age should your child be going to high school? Dear parents, there's something we do quite often. Sometimes we don't know we do it, but then we do it. Consciously, subconsciously, we find out that we are pushing our children. Yes, we want them to be faster. If it's possible for them to finish primary school in 4 years, why not? I mean, go fast. Can you move faster? But we don't know the kind of damage that pushing does to your child. That's why we have children in high school today who can't do basic multiplications or basic divisions, because you have pushed this child so fast, thinking he is so smart. Why not? Let's keep moving him, and then we do major damages to our children. Most times it has to do with you competing with the other person. Subconsciously, don't get me wrong, it is not as if you decided that, oh, we're going to do this competition and we're going to do it good. No, it just happens that because you heard that somebody that is meant to be on the same level as your child seems to be doing better, then you begin to push your own child also, forgetting that your child is actually at the right pace, at his stage, but you want him to do better because Mr. A's child seems to be doing better. So there are 3 things I would like to consider. I'm not here to tell us, oh, don't move your child out in primary 4, or don't move your child out in primary 5, or ensure that they are a certain age before you move them to high school. No, that's not the reason for this video. But there are several things you need to consider before you make those choices that you make. So number 1, some children might be smart, but pulling them out from an early year, sending them to high school, might not be a smart move. Have you heard a parent say this before?
When he was in lower years, he was way smarter. Now he's in high school. He's not doing as well as I expected him to do.
We have some children in high school today who cannot do simple division. It is difficult for them to comprehend. Why? Because they missed the basics. Because they were pushed so fast, before they had time to assimilate, digest, and build a foundation in certain topics, they were whisked away and sent to high school. I advise most times that when a child finishes a certain year, instead of introducing them to the next year's curriculum, revise the previous year's curriculum, the year he just finished, before introducing the new year. It helps give your child a better foundation on certain topics that you feel he has outgrown. So yes, your child might show wonderful skills of being smart, of being brainy, of being exceptional. Please do not swift that child away to high school. Ensure that that child is ready. Ensure that that child is well grounded in certain basic topics before you send him to high school. So number 2, I would say consider your child's capability. Now, capability does not only have to do with academic work. Capability also has to do with his ability to take on stress, ability to handle stress. Because once he gets into high school, things will get more difficult. So he needs to be ready to be able to take on more tasks. Find out your child's capability before you move him to become independent, before you move him to high school. Then lastly, on this matter, I would say, how mature is your child? You might say, oh yes, he shows a level of maturity, he comports himself properly. That's good, but then when it has to do with decision making, how does he fare? Does he make wise decisions and right decisions all the time or most of the time? So how mature is your child? Because in high school, they have a level of independence. Will they still be wailing and waiting on you to do certain things for them when they are no longer in primary or elementary school? So you need to understand your child, how mature he is. Then we ask, what has age got to do with it? Yes, we say age is nothing but a number, right? But also with age comes maturity. Definitely, we cannot remove maturity out of it. When you hear someone is 15 years old, you expect more from such a person. If the person is not doing things that you expect of the person, then there's something wrong. That is an anomaly. It's not normal. So whisking out a child, 8 years old, 9 years old, to high school, how can that child cope? Can your child cope? So find out if your child can cope with certain things. If he can, then why not? So I'm not here to say this is the right age for you to move a child from primary to high school. No, you should know your child. You should understand your child. If your child is not ready, then leave your child to finish primary school. Trust me, by the time he's done with primary 6, your child will be ready for high school. Another thing to keep in mind, lastly, you know there's a certain age for university, right? Not just here in Nigeria or in Africa. Even in other countries and continents, you find out that there is an acceptable age for the university. So you keep pushing your child, right? From primary, you push your child through high school, wanting your child to be faster. You find out that by the time your child graduates from high school, your child is 13, 14, 15. Time to go into the university, your child will not be granted admission. Why? Because of how old your child is. So we have many children doing A levels. We have many children waiting till they are the right age to be accepted into the university. So why push your child? Allow your child to be a child. Let them take things one step at a time. As long as they are doing what they are meant to be doing at the stage that they are at, then they're doing fine. Catch yourself each time you begin to compare your children with other children. I'm not saying you shouldn't push from time to time. If they need a little bit of push, why not give it? But don't push your children because you want them to meet up with a certain neighbor's child. Your child is okay at the stage and at the level your child is at. So don't push them. In our next video, we're going to be looking at how do I know which secondary school to send my child to? So thanks a lot for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below and the notification bell right after you do so. Don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up for me. Thanks a lot. See you in the next one. Bye bye.